Trojan Felly, what's up, man? USCJ here. Listen, it's the top of the morning. It's the top of the morning. I hope everybody is getting ready to get up, get out, and make some things happen this morning. Listen, we got to talk about who steps up next for this big time position at Nickelback. And look, there's so many things, so many ways that this can go. And we told you a couple of ways yesterday, just in the brief video when we talked about Prophet Brown not being in and being injured for the first few games of the season. But we got to talk about who steps up. And I got to kind of go back on something that Coach Lincoln Riley talked about earlier, and even Coach Deanton Lynn, possibly moving a guy like Ramsey to the Nickelback spot. Is that likely? We're not sure. I mean, because you got guys like Harvey that can move there as well. But I want to talk about something real quick that, some suggested, such as a guy like Christian Pierce. But real quick, before I get into Christian Pierce real quick, I want you guys to hear something that Bryson Shaw just said real quick the other day, just on my show, in reference to Christian Pierce.
Guy in that defense, I mean, starting with the secondary, that's where I played. I know all those guys. I mean, Kamari Ramsey, Christian Pierce. You got the transfers from NC State and Urlachers.
All right, so you heard it there from Bryson Shaw in reference to some of the guys that he feels like can step up. And this was just on an interview just the other day. Bryson gave some phenomenal insights, some phenomenal thoughts as it relates to some of the guys that even he played with. You guys see it here. You see Kamari Ramsey, you see Christian Pierce, you see Jalen Smith all on the field together. It's a great possibility that we could possibly see a scenario where Christian Pierce moves to the safety spot, which he's already been primed to do, and then he's right there with Bishop Fitzgerald, and then we could possibly see a guy like Kamari Ramsey hold down that Nickelback spot. And then that will keep a guy like Jalen Harvey on the outside at the cornerback spot, and then you will maybe have either DeCarlos Nicholson, whoever steps up, or Chasen Johnson, whoever steps up for that position. But there's so many ways that this can go, and when you got a guy like Christian, he's kind of in a similar situation to me in my mind as Prophet Brown was. And what I mean by that is Christian Pierce, he's been here, he kind of paid his dues. He's a guy he's a physical specimen. I mean, you guys see him on the field. You seen him out there with Kamari Ramsey. But I think like Prophet Brown, there was a couple of guys. And I said this, there's probably like three guys. You've had Anthony Beavers, you got Prophet Brown, and guys like Christian Pierce that kind of just been sitting there waiting their turn. But they're really good players. You know that they're starter caliber players. They would start probably anywhere in the country. And you got guys that literally were sitting here on the sideline waiting for their turn. And, he's had that opportunity to play against some big-time schools, such as LSU. He was in there with a special team, or whether it was coming in, filling in. Like Christian Pierce knows this defense, and I wonder if that's a scenario, how the scenario will play out. Now, there are other scenarios as well. We talked about it yesterday. We talked about DJ Harvey could move to the Nickelback spot. That will keep Kamari Ramsey as well as Bishop Fitzgerald at the safety spot, if that's what they decided to do. And DJ Harvey will stay at the cornerback spot. And that will still be either Carlos Nicholson or Chasen Johnson. But however it goes, and one of the things that we did talk about is how much depth right now that this USC football team has at the secondary spot. Those were some of the things that we had thought process-wise coming in. We felt like the secondary as well as the defensive line was like the deepest position on this team. And so while we heard about Prophet Brown not being in, and while we feel like he was going to be a great contribution, and while he was going to make great contributions, we understand that Prophet Brown, his physicality, his skill set, his knowledge of the defense, it was going to be a great asset to us. And then you root for him because Prophet Brown, he essentially paid his dues. We just wanted to see him get in there and move and groove. So now, while I did say that, I kind of feel like that this defense is deep enough to be able to sustain that particular blow. You don't want that, but we're deep enough to be able to move and groove. And so now, and don't forget, man, you guys, I mean, I've mentioned it on several occasions, where there's guys like Marcellus Williams, Isaiah Rubin. You got so many guys, or where there's guys like this, Braylon Conley, who, I mean, I saw some footage yesterday. I mean, Braylon Conley absolutely looked like he's moving and grooving at the cornerback spot. but he looks like he's versatile enough to play a nickel, or he's versatile enough to play a corner. But he looked fast yesterday when I saw him running those drills. And I saw him running on the sideline with Chris Stratton yesterday. USC Football posted a video on their official page. And I'm telling you, man, Braylon Conley, he was guarding Prince Stratton from and he's a 6'5" receiver from Boise State. And they were going at it. But Braylon Conley, the way he opened up and the way he got after it and the way he kind of stayed with them, I saw it last year when he was playing against, I think it was Jacoby Lane. Like, I think it was in the springtime. Braylon Conley has a different type of level of skill set with him that he brings to the table that I'm not sure a lot of people are really aware of. Just looking at how he plays, how physical he plays. Like there is some real competition, and of course, Lincoln Riley. I think he even brought up guys like Marcellus Williams. Like there is some real competition right now going on. You can't forget about freshmen like Tristan Castro. So you got so many guys out there, and of course you got Graham that could possibly play the Nickelback spot. According to Lincoln Riley, Graham looked like he's extremely physical. He looked like he's stepping up to the plate. I mean, is the true freshman Graham? Is he going to step up and be the Nickelback? I think we got so many guys in the battle right now. It's so fierce that, look, man, you know, who knows how this thing is going to play out. But the key thing about it is, you know, such as veteran guys like Christian Pierce, I truly believe that it might in fact be Christian Pierce time to get it on and popping and on and cracking, man. So look, you guys who drop the comments, you guys can tell me what you think. He's a physical cornerback, and I remember specifically when, you know, I did his footage, his highlights coming out of high school. I mean, he was a headhunter. I mean, he was laying wood. You guys remember I did a video last year or year before about Christian Pierce. I wasn't comparing him necessarily, saying he is a Taylor Mays type of stature, because Taylor Mays is bigger, but Christian Pierce, the way he came and laid wood, the way he come and put his head in there, he does crack wood like Taylor Mays, man, and he's not afraid to stick his head in the pile. So look, man, you guys can drop the comments, man. This is USCJ32 on Instagram. It's USCJ32 on Twitter. I'm out of here, man. Look, happy Saturday to everybody. Fight on, fight on, fight on.